Hello and welcome to Inside Music, episode number 150. As always, I'm your host, James Shotwell, and I have to say, I'm a little flabbergasted at the number that just came out of my mouth. Can you believe it? 150 episodes covering more than 100 hours of conversation, and we're still going strong. My guest this episode is none other than Canada's Royal Tusk. Members Dan and Sandy came on the show while they were in Grand Rapids, Michigan to discuss everything related to Royal Tusk, including their most recent album, Tusk II, their current nationwide tour with Like a Storm, and the realities of working in the music industry in 2019. Now, if you've never heard Royal Tusk before, you're in for a treat when you go to check them out because this band rips. They deliver that kind of chaotic yet controlled rock and roll sound that feels like it was born in a garage and very much still has that looseness that you hope all bands always maintain. You can tell that they know how to play their instruments, and they are no doubt masters of their craft, yet they like to find a groove each and every night that feels unique to that room. They fall into it. They don't just get out there and use backing tracks or vocal tracks or any of that noise to help pump up their sound or pump up the quality of their performance. And similarly, their records are not so overly produced that it's impossible to recreate live. It just feels of the moment all the time, and that is what all great rock music should aspire to do. Dan and Sandy tell me about the group's decision to sign with eOne Music last year and how they see that as a gift from the gods in a way because they have such an amazing team surrounding them who have done a lot to push them to various places that have helped bolster their position in the world of rock over the last year. It's no surprise to anyone listening to this now that the competition in music is fiercer than ever, but somehow the band Royal Tusk is making it through, and a lot of that is so thanks to things like Octane, which we talk about in this episode, as well as dedicated fans around the globe. Before we get to all this, though, I do have to tell you a few quick things. First and foremost, this episode of Inside Music, as with all 150 episodes of Inside Music to date, have been sponsored by Holics, the music industry's leading promotional distribution company. Now, what that means is that Holics works with record labels, artists, publicists, and independent talent from all around the world to discreetly share new and unreleased music without fear of piracy. Artists like Slipknot, Blink-182, Chance the Rapper, Niall Horan, A Perfect Circle, and thousands more trust Holics to help with their promotional needs, and you can do the same for free by visiting holics.com. And when you get there, click on the sign up link or the try it now link, put in your information, choose a plan that works for you, and you will have untethered access to the platform for 1 month absolutely free. If you hate it, cancel your account before the month is over and you won't be charged. But if you love it, and I sincerely think you will, then have fun enjoying the world's premier digital distribution platform. I also want to point out that Inside Music's Twitter account has shut down. We are moving all of our focus to the Holics account, so go ahead and follow us there. It's at Holics. That's Haulix. One more time, it's Holics, Haulix. We also have the show available on YouTube. Every episode of the show is there, all 150, including the one you're listening to right now. So visit youtube.com and type in Inside Music Podcast or our channel name, Music Biz 101. That's Music Biz with a Z 101. Now, that's all the things I had to promote myself. I want you to check out Royal Tusk. Their album Tusk II is in stores now. But for this moment right now, just sit back, relax, and enjoy my conversation with Dan and Sandy. Where were you guys before the day off?
Oh, we were in Detroit.
Detroit. Okay, so that's good. That's not a terrible drive.
Oh yeah, it's nothing. And it's, I mean, like I was saying to you on the walk over here, man. Like being from Canada and coming down to the States, the drive seems so easy compared. You know?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Oh, it's very true, man.
I have friends that are in bands in like Regina that are just like
totally.
I gotta drive forever.
Yeah, like I mean, like for us in Edmonton, if we're like, all right, the next stop's in Regina, and you're like, oh, that's 8 hours. Fuck that, man.
And then wherever you go from there has to be about that far.
It's always 5 to 8 hours every day.
Oof. Okay.
So you just gotta sort of, you just gotta tough it out. Winter touring is like is scary.
Hey,
so.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Hey,
No
buddy.
problem.
Do you want to do it on your own, or do you want
He's
to
good. If you want to join in, you can, but no problems.
The Uber, it was those Uber stations like 4 minutes away. 4 minutes later, it's like 4 minutes away.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Or something. I'm Daniel.
I'm James.
Good to
Nice
meet you, man. Absolutely.
Dan, I'm Sandy. Have
Play bass?
we played music before?
Have we become best friends?
I think so.
We
I
do
think,
karate in the garage?
let's go do karate. Let's go practice karate.
We were just talking about the difference between driving in America and in Canada between cities. How,
Oh, yeah, like long hauls.
yeah.
Well, I was just saying, like, how nice it was to have a day off where it wasn't just spent fucking driving 10 hours. It was like
Yeah.
a day off that we could drive 2 hours
Get to the
and
hotel.
actually enjoy the day, get some rest, you know?
Oh, that was really nice. I mean, unfortunately, the morning we went for good breakfast and all we got was a buffet. It was horrifying.
Oh, yeah. We had to do, you do some maintenance on the days off. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ended up eating a buffet, and that is never,
There's
ever
No.
a good idea.
Breakfast buffets almost never work out.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. Exactly. It's just a bad move on tour because you're not at home.
Yeah.
See, it's just like, don't do that.
Don't take the chance.
Yeah.
Where did you guys play in Detroit?
What was it called?
Oh,
It was Saint.
Was
dude,
St.
of
Andrews?
course.
It's the shelter.
It's the shelter.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's the spot.
Yeah, the 8 Mile. Yeah.
The mom's spaghetti.
yeah. It's the mom's spaghetti. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, I had chills thinking of that while we were playing. I was so hyped.
Yeah, man, and it was such a good time too.
It's a
Yeah.
fun little room. The ceiling
Detroit
is
is
so
a
low.
cool, tough city, you know.
Yeah.
I like that vibe. Actually, everything around the Great Lakes and into Michigan too, it's just got this vibe. Like it's like really blue collar and everyone. It's like real take no shit kind of
Yeah.
area.
And the venues have typically been around forever, like the shelter in St. Andrews, and so they have that working class. Like, we just needed a space,
Totally.
and now it's been 50 years, and we're still in this shithole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why will we fix it?
Yeah, right.
If it
It's
is
actually really cool to see a venue last.
absolutely.
Because it's sometimes it's a shame when there's a good one and then we'll remember that. So.
I just saw the Like a Storm guys in like Flint, I think, maybe like 2 months ago. So I'm sure that they are getting very familiar with the area. How long has it been since you guys have been in Michigan?
Well, I mean,
Usually we're only in Michigan because going through Flint to Canada.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
we once again talk about winter touring or touring in general. Driving under the lakes through the States is a lot faster, and we did all our recording on the other side of the country.
Okay.
So we'd often just go through Flint and briefly talk about Michael Moore and Badwater.
Yeah, this is that spot. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, and Flint Town on Netflix if you've ever seen that.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we signed a deal with the U.S. record label and got our visas and stuff, we get to come down here, and that's like, it feels like if I felt like I was locked out of the party before.
yeah.
Well, I mean, passing through Flint, it doesn't always feel like a party, but I can appreciate the sentiment. I just took my girlfriend there for the first time. She's lived here her whole life and never been to Flint. She was like, "So this is what they're talking about, eh?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yes, honey,
Yep.
roll up the window, please.
Yes. She literally made that joke. She's like, "Do we have to?" Like, we went to the art museum, and she was like, "Can I drink that water?" And I was like, "Yeah, there's usually a sign or something. They aren't just hoping that you know."
Obama did. Just a sip.
Whatever you. Yeah, I was like, it's fine. It's totally fine. How long has this run been going on for you guys? This current tour going on?
We left on January 18th.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, so we just passed a month.
Yeah. And the tour started in Los Angeles.
Yeah, so we went down there early, admittedly, to do press first and a couple things, and then started on the 22nd for dates. Yeah.
All right, have you feeling the weight of being on the road for a month yet, or is it still going pretty?
Some days are other, you could be a week into it and sitting in, the gray and it's rain and you're just like, this sucks. But then all of a sudden the next day is totally kick ass. And you're like, that's why I do it. But every time you get on stage, it's totally worth it, right?
And to me, you'd get like run down at 2.5 weeks. Is when all of a sudden you feel like you're like, oh man, my back hurts. I'm like, I'm not getting sleep. But then after that, you kind of get into a groove where you re-regulate with okay, this is tour, and then it's not as bad. I don't know if it goes the same for you. Like I always have a hump I got to get over on tour.
Totally. But then when you're over it, it's like It's the best.
It's almost like working out. You got to get over that mountain where you're like, okay, now I'm just doing it now. Like,
yeah,
now I'm just
when you gear down,
yeah.
and then you can run for miles.
Yeah,
exactly.
You go so hard the first couple of weeks, and you're like, oh shit, how much more of this do I have to do forever?
Well, it's crazy because like every time you play a show or whatever, that should reinvigorate your love for why you're actually out there. You know, and we've been pretty fortunate on this tour. All the shows have been pretty awesome.
And not a bunch of 8 to 12 hour drives.
And no 8 to 10.
Yeah, you're not like 35 minutes on stage and then 10 hours to the next city.
Yeah, thank God. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And how is it touring with Like a Storm guys? Because they are road warriors. I just mentioned they were just here not too long ago. Is it been a fun package to be out a part of?
All the other bands have been awesome. Like we've been having fun. Like we've been throwing down hard with the other opener. Afterlife are
really funny guys too.
I just started listening to them when I saw this show get announced because Bill from Entertainment One was talking to me about you guys, and I was like, I've never heard of this Afterlife band, so I just started listening to them. They seem really cool.
They are, and like admittedly, I'm not like I don't like to put people in a genre, but I would generally have not listened to new metal per se. But we grew up I listened to Korn growing up, and they're really bringing that feeling back in a great way. So when I'm watching them, I get hyped. They've got killer vocals and some really mean songs.
Like a Stormer, like you said, road dogs. So they're no stranger to
great singers
being on the road. Yeah, they're amazing singers. So night in, night out, it's amazing to see.
Both those bands have are bringing back, like you said, they seem to like they're bringing back something from years past, and I think that's what makes you guys stand out on this bill, because I feel like you have a little bit of that, but there's also something very forward focused about how you approach the sound of what you're doing right now, at least on the more recent record and the singles. Like I like my girlfriend and I always try to have this because she works in music as well, and we always have this discussion about how our favorite kind of rock is like it almost feels controlled chaos in a way, where it's like it feels loose even on the record, where it's like it almost feels like it was recorded like a live one take recording, but it's not, but it still captures that looseness.
Dude, I can tell you work in music with a comment like that.
Yeah.
that is exactly it, and that's what Sandy and I always talk about, because you can go in and just totally wreck your album if you're like, okay, let's get this guitar right on the grid and just replace all the drums with samples, and all of a sudden you made a piece of dog shit that sounds like everyone else's piece of dog shit. It's like you need to keep. That's why when like we were listening to Graveyard, from Sweden the other day, and it's like, and you can tell, man, like there's so it like maybe it's not as hi-fi as some records, but it still sounds so banging because it's not so controlled. Yeah. It gives you that feeling, which I think like a live show needs is a little bit of uncertainty and excitement. Yeah. Like when you feel like, is this going to fall off the rails or explode? Like what's going to happen? I think that's important. That bit of surprise that comes with live music.
Well, I think there's always like is the live album a promotion for the record, or is the record a promotion for the live album? Because I just saw a band here not that long ago. It was like a metalcore type band, and their drums sounded so digital even live, like that kind of thin tinniness of like digital drums live.
Like I know the kick drum sound.
Yeah, and I mean the digital bass hits you just assume are going to happen all the time these days, but you hear that digital drum emptiness, and it was just like the band before them had just had this great live drummer, and it was like just kind of the amazing thing that you guys seem to be doing is you found a nice middle ground.
Thank you. I mean, and we struggle with it too, because there's a lot of economical decisions about going that route in certain ways. I mean, even with gear, you can downsize and get into your kind of digital type stuff, and you can save room and stuff, but it's important for us to make sure we have guitar cabs and a big old bass fridge so that so it feels like a show.
It looks like rock and roll, and also, not only does it sound like it, but it looks like it.
It sounds better, because it's real, and it's also like kind of like that's the archetype of what we've learned about rock and roll on. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to hear, because I'm a fan of everything I heard growing up.
Yeah.
You hear like the when it's done real, and there's like the sincerity behind it, but there's beauty and imperfection too. Yeah. If everything's so perfect, then what sets it apart from the other thing that's so perfect? Yeah. It's just you need to differentiate a little bit. I'm not saying go out there and just and shit out a set and suck the whole way through it.
It's like the Stepford Wives.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I mean, I won't lie to you, man. Like, the beginning of this tour, I was awfully sick, and I was And, you know, when you're sick and you sing every night, it makes you just sicker. And you got to do the shows, and there's times where, man, it would be easy to have some vocals on that track, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like,
No.
What's cool about it, it's like what I said about what you were saying about recording is you got to keep some up too, so that they remember they're at a show.
Yeah.
I want to see my heroes fuck up once in a while. Excuse me.
No, you can swear all you want.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, and I see it as a performer, that people hold on to that as much as the epic moments. That because it's a unique experience.
Exactly. You want to hear that. I like the rawness. Like if someone has a little bit more grit in their vocal live, then like it just again it reinforces the live and the raw feeling of what's happening. I just went to a couple of arena shows, rock shows recently, and you really notice the piped in vocals like more and more. I think I just actually I saw a tweet the other day that was like the older you get, the more you recognize vocal tracks at live shows. You just start to pick it up. We're like, there's no way.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, I can hear the chorus. What's happening?
Yeah, absolutely. No one's at the mic.
Yeah. And then I also saw a group recently that had an amazing production, but they had no gear on stage, and it was driving me crazy. Like they just walked out with guitars, and I was like, where are these plugged in? Like, what's happening? Where's all this?
Skrillex?
Yeah, before long, the drummer will just not be on stage. And I was like, what are you doing with all that space? What do you need it for?
No, like the thing, we're most excited to get up there and jam.
Yeah.
We want to go out there and play like as if it's the garage at home.
Totally.
When I'm waiting for rehearsal, if it's Monday and I know rehearsal's Tuesday evening, that's all I'm thinking about. Because the reason we do this, we've been doing it so long, is because we just want to play guitar, just like the first time you did, you know, with your friends.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just trying to you're trying to chase that feeling. It's like drinking or getting high or anything. You're just looking for that first high all over again. Like, how close can I get to doing
ring
that?
bell.
Totally.
Chasing the dragon, right?
Something I really have found that I love about your guys' presence online is whenever I watch, especially the videos, the more recent videos on YouTube, is that the top comment is always like, the Octane Army is here. Has Octane played a big role, do you feel, for getting you guys out there?
Huge.
I think people underestimate the influence of that, and then I look at your stuff and it's like Octane.
Oh, it certainly, we're very well aware of it. We're so happy. You know, like I said, we're kind of, felt a little locked out of the party, kind of like rocking and going to Europe and staying in Canada, but when we managed to get down here and Octane jumped on the song right away, we saw the influence right away, that they have devoted fans that appreciate curating hard rock music, you know. Yeah.
And I mean, have you found other sources like that? Like recently, the thing I've been talking to a lot of bands about, especially in the rock world, is that Europe audiences aren't necessarily better, but they seem to have some hunger for rock music that doesn't exactly exist the same way over here. Has that been your experience?
Well, I mean, from us being from Canada, we're seeing America with a giant love and open arms for rock and roll.
That's true.
And so I mean, you're saying it from that perspective, but we're absolutely loving the the love we've been shown like every night, you know. And again, we can attribute some of that to Octane playing it. I mean, I'm glad that when we get on stage, it's to lots of people that know our songs, and I think that's great. That's
the German fans are kind of like. What I like about Europe, I'm going to just say Germany because I can't, is often I find that what I like about them is they adjudicate what they like by if they think it's really good. Like it's not about a genre or a scene. They're very they adjudicate it and I find this is good, I will go. You know? And I love that.
The brutal honesty too. Afterwards, they're like, great set. You didn't play any of the songs I wanted to hear.
or the guy he's like, tonight's show is very, very quite cool, but yesterday you suck shit.
Yeah,
like, whoa!
That doesn't happen here.
And you're sitting there and you're like this. You're like, you're like, oh. He's actually pretty right. I did suck shit.
You're like, I felt it.
Yeah.
Now to hear you say it to me, I don't know if that's the confirmation I was seeking.
Yeah, but you're absolutely 100% right.
Hey, I don't think this is a place for kid gloves.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a down and dirty industry, and everyone's trying to write great tunes, and you know, I welcome all criticism. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't give it. You know.
Well, I feel like right now is kind of a resurrection period for heavier music, and it's been kind of building over the last few years. But like they had the metal show here last night in the main room, almost sold out, which is pretty impressive even for this area. This is a big EDM community in Grand Rapids for whatever reason. But a lot of rock shows end up not selling that well, and then to come out last night and there were all these people, I was like, who the hell, what is this? What is happening?
Was that August Burns Red here?
Yeah, the August Burns Red show.
Nice.
It was a great show, but to see that many people here, and I just feel like there's this new wave of heavy kind of happening, and you guys are at the forefront of this wave where it's like, oh, here's something cool and new happening again. It's like, it's cyclical, the early 2000s had a lot of those, and they kind of burned out around 2010, and I feel like we're gearing up.
Yeah.
Hard rock round 2, round 3.
Yeah. So South Park definitely extinguished it with some hair flips, like the word emo, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It was just kind of saying you're holding a guitar and kind of dated that period, I think. And I think people are coming back to just loving guitars and rock and what you're saying, like that controlled chaos.
Yeah. There's a looseness to it. I mean, you can see the DJs, but. And I've done a lot of coverage of EDM over the last few years, but you see a show once and you're like, I got it. Like, the lights are cool, and after 2 or 3 sets, you're like, okay, I understand. Everyone's doing this thing.
Yeah.
Rock shows just don't happen that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, people got to see that for themselves, though.
I mean, I will say in support of EDM, what I do like about, I mean, I like all kinds of music, but what I like is that the crowd is going there to dance and have fun. And I think that's what we're seeing from the Octane crowd. That it feels like we're like playing like disco music or something like in the 70s where people go out and they want to just dance and have fun. And I love seeing that rather than being at a show to be part of a scene or just to be there, you can tell people are going out to just enjoy the rock and roll, have a couple drinks and feel good.
A little less staring at their phones, a little more
totally
at the show.
Yeah, or the arms, what is it called? Arms akimbo? Yeah.
I left August Burns Red and ran down the street to catch Dropkick Murphys last night. And after at the start of their 4th song, it was a weird moment to transition.
Yeah.
But after their 4th song, King Casey was at the front of the crowd and he was like, this is the high energy level. If you are still filming on your phone after 4 fucking songs, you can take your ass to the balcony. It'll look great up there. And like everyone, no more phones for like the rest of the like hour and a half. And I was like, this is amazing.
How was that show? Was it packed?
It was packed, of course. Yeah.
I mean, that was such a golden era.
They're so popular still.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
They just come out and they whip through 27 songs in like 90 minutes. They don't stop.
How many times do you think they looked at their tuner? Just kidding. They're a great band. I'm just joking. I just love that punk is about that. You might not have any pedals on stage.
No.
You're just
Yeah.
Playing
There's
that
like
Marshall
8 people
800.
on stage. Yeah. And they hold their guitars so low. Everyone is like at their knees.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you doing this?
Dude, that's so difficult.
It is, right?
Yeah. Well, I always get embarrassed because the way I play guitar is like I have it really high.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think it's more comfortable up here. This thing is hard for
yeah.
me.
Sandy kind of rocks.
Yeah, I wear it low.
You wear it low?
Yeah, but when I'm recording,
You have some long ass arms though too.
I'll wear it normally when I'm recording. But like when it's low, it just looks cool.
That's what I'm saying. You have some out of proportion arms.
Yeah.
Like, your wingspan's probably double your height.
Yeah, I just drag my knuckles when I get on stage.
I love it. Was that a decision you made at some early point in your life where like it's gonna go low? Did you just see it and you were like, this is my thing?
Well, yeah. When I was a kid growing up and you saw like Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses, I was like, that's where you should wear your bass. Or Chris Novoselic from Nirvana. I was like, if you want to be cool and play the bass, you wear it low.
Yeah,
if you want to wear it high, you better be really fucking good
That's
at
how
the
you make
bass.
the bass cool, is the lower it goes.
Yeah. But and also Sandy's brothers, they're the ones that kind of really influenced us or like inspired us because they were touring punk band, like crust punk type of like what label were they on? BYO?
BYO back in the day.
Toured with like Casualties and those kind of bands. So we were like, whoa. Like that's the coolest shit ever.
I love that. That's another scene that is having this weird resurgence this year. Like a lot of like the Casualties just are about to announce a tour, and Rancid just put out like a traveling festival, and it's
Rancid's Rancid, like Dropkick Murphys. They're like the untouchable.
They're cockroaches. They will never go away. They'll never be extinguished in the best possible way. But
for sure.
If a crust punk got mad that you called him a cockroach, I think he'd be missing the point.
Not real punk if you get offended by that. So is this what 2019 looks like for you guys? Pretty much nonstop from his point. I mean, a late 2018 album release just leads me to believe you're not going to go home this year, basically.
Yeah, I mean, things have been going great, so they've put us on the road, and we'll be announcing another U.S. tour shortly.
Ooh.
And some really cool dates down in the South. We can't announce those yet. And actually some other stuff in the works. So yeah, like people seem to be digging the Tusk and you know, keeps us on the road. So we're just really happy. I mean, it is it's exhausting.
Yeah, no matter how you cut it, it is
exhausting.
But it's again, for that, you know, right now we're you know, main support. We'll get our 45 minutes out there, and it's all worth it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now, is there another video on the way? Because you guys make quality videos, which I appreciate. It's not just a performance piece, which is like the one thing that I hate. As somebody that writes about music, you know, you've seen enough bands against white backgrounds for like 10, 15 years now. So I'm like, okay,
right.
Let's do something. You guys have stories, which I appreciate. There's like a narrative.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, we did actually make a specific point of that on the Aftermath video. Like, let's make an epic video.
And it works.
Well, thanks, man. And you know, it's a cool thing because those guys in that, they're not actors.
Oh, wow.
Like, they're thug kids from our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we just, you know, like I was painting houses with one of them. I'm like, we're gonna be following you around, man. And then we, you know, we talked to a director from LA, and he was really stoked on the project and really kind of actualized how amazing it could be. And then the whole band worked as the film crew. Like, we didn't have any money.
We were running around like
it does have a crazy production value for like any hard rock band. Like, it's a really high quality gloss video that I like.
Yeah, man, that was sweat equity. You know, like we spent some money too, but like I said, Sandy was literally transport. Kaylin was catering. Like I was. Well, I'm producer on the video with Samantha.
So location scouting.
Locations, yeah, it was crazy. The mirror one is cool. The reflection.
Yeah.
That was just an idea we thought of. That's on the cheap, but you know, it's a kind of an elegant idea where you're watching and you don't know it's a mirror, which was fun. Unfortunately, we didn't smash it how we wanted, but we didn't have time because when we smashed the mirror, we broke the TV that we were projecting on. So
stupid.
So we had to just go with the one take. But hey,
it works.
That's kind of comes back to what we're talking about.
Exactly. It came back to the beauties and imperfections, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, if you don't say that, I'm sure anyone else thinks it looks awesome. But so do you have another video in the can, or you got another one planned?
Yeah, we're supposed to be making one when we get home, but thank you for asking that question because I literally got to call my manager and say, make sure we get on that.
Yeah. What's the song?
First Time.
Is it?
I think so, except
Are we kicking around an option B?
Yeah, no, because France went to... Oh, no, good, we have a video for that. In France, they went to Radio with Reflection.
Okay.
So that has a video. Yeah, I think it's going to be
use
First
the
Time.
mirror idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a video for Die Knowing, too. It's just not completely done yet. So.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so... I mean, it's hard to... That's more exhausting than touring. It's the videos.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the worst.
The thousands of edits.
It's like playing a show for 24 hours.
But not actually playing and still getting sweaty sometimes.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's really exciting. Is there, with everything that's happening now, do you guys actively write on working on new stuff? I know it's like so soon to ask, but I understand how an album cycle works enough to know you've been sitting on Tusk II for a while. So is 3 already in the works somewhere? At some point?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, only in ideas.
Okay.
Like we haven't really fleshed out many tunes. We have lots of extra songs from writing Tusk II, but I know it's gonna come quick because every time we rehearse, we usually write. We're like, okay, that's gonna be a song. Get an iPhone recording of it. So it just takes the time to sit down and flesh it out. You know, that's the thing. We try to catch lightning in a bottle. So you just play and let your inspiration take you, and that's a starting point. And then that way you're going to make good music. You're not second guessing. It's like, that's what we sound like because that's what we just did. That's what we try to turn into songs.
Well, that's great. I always have a joke that any creative person, like, their worst fear is someone getting into their iPhone recordings. Like, like even me, because I'll be working on an interview or do the podcast introductions and stuff, and I'll just talk them into my recorder as a practice. And I'm like, I hope no one, when I die, I told my girlfriend, I was like, if anything ever happens to me, just delete the app. Just forget about it.
Throw the phone in the phone
and throw it in the fire.
Yeah, delete my iCloud. I don't want any of those getting out there.
Yeah. When you get an idea for a song and it's like, oh, you're singing in a rhythm and you're just like
you got that melody
you're like and you're just like you kind of piss off to an area and you like sing the guitar line into your phone.
You're like, okay, so basically the bass is gonna come in to like get down, and then the drums are gonna come in kind of like a triplet, feel like and then
and the guitar,
if someone gets that,
and the guitar be something like this, and it's like basically if that song came to fruition, it would sound like a really awful freight train accident.
well,
but
here's the hot tip: just don't charge your phone on someone's laptop. Because this has happened to someone I know. I can't even bring it up.
no.
Yeah, just their and
This
then
exact
all your
fear.
files leak out. Oh, it's
But
so terrible.
it's one of those things where it's like, again, sometimes I find it like I'll have been like kind of drinking when I'm doing that, and I'm like, as I listen, I'm like, I don't even know what note I was thinking that was going to be. When I'm singing into my phone is totally out
You're
there.
just making a noise.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, that's true. You
or
don't know
you've
the
introduced
notes
it to yourself. You're like, so this is an idea for, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah.
What was I doing?
God. It's giving me shudders thinking about like going through my phone and doing that shit.
No, I've definitely woken up to like article ideas. I'll be like, all right, 5 of these things. And I'm like, what? What was the conversation that preceded this? Why is this a thing?
Why is that an idea?
So what's as far as people keeping up with you guys, where do you post the most stuff for people to kind of keep up with everything?
I would say probably Instagram.
That's the new norm that I hear the most. Like,
Yeah,
Instagram is the way.
that seems like the most
You
reactive.
big story
audience.
mode people. Is that what you guys do?
We do some stories. I mean, you have to know us to enjoy them, I think. And I feel like that might be a problem.
No,
But,
now you're in the know if you get it. That's
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like we're all pretty weird guys, so it's like, like Dan said, I guess I think it's cool because it is a snapshot into getting to hang out with us a little bit.
But I always wonder, like, what I want to post. I want to see the unfollow versus follow ratio because it's like we're big Tim and Eric fans, and like bizarre absurdity. You know, that's what really cracks us up.
Fair enough. Well, that's good. So Instagram, is it just at Royal Tusk?
At Royal Tusk Music.
Yeah.
Music.
Twitter, you got us at Royal Tusk, and that's good. The only thing I use Twitter for, I mean, I repost all sorts of stuff, but is to yell at fast food restaurants, and I love it, man. It's so fun, like because. Do you spend your money somewhere, and I get it, it's fast food, but sometimes you just feel offended that they're serving that as food.
Yeah, and that you actually took time out of your day to sit down and give them money, and what they've given you is a pile of dog shit.
Yeah, like I tweeted at Thai Express, I was like, hey, at Thai Express, I think I need a new box because someone puked in mine.
He took a photo of his food.
And then sometimes I get back to you, like I tweeted at Olive Garden, I'm like, Olive Garden smells like if cheese was a bodily fluid. And they wrote, they're like, this doesn't sound right. And I was like, no kidding.
Was not a compliment. Good job, unpaid intern.
Exactly.
But it's the food I'm like probably about a week ago I've been like I'm getting to that point where fast food is absolutely repelling.
It's disgusting because it's not only that, but they're usually so dirty on the inside.
Yeah.
And you know when you're on tour, you get paranoid about getting sick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
especially
it's like,
this time of year, you're like.
Well,
Totally.
so now it's like I'm like finally going like okay, so there's certain places I'll do breakfast, coffee, sure, but now I'm like waiting to get into the towns and going to eat normal.
we're big Jimmy John's fans.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
Jimmy
one.
John's.
Yeah.
Safe bet across the board.
Yeah, not in Canada. I tweet them too. I'm like, please open in Canada. I'm serious, just open in Canada. I'm a big fan.
Firehouse Subs.
Firehouse Subs. We
Firehouse
tweeted
Subs.
them, and they sent us a bunch of. They're like, we sent you something. I was like, well, you're not in Canada, so we have all these free subs waiting at home.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I thank you guys taking the time to talk to me today.
Thank you for having us,
Fun.
man.
I
That
like
was a
talking
blast.
about non-promotional stuff, even though you guys have a lot going on right now.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you get us
just
go.
like to shoot the shit.
Yeah, exactly. Get us going. We can shoot the shit.
Well,
for
you
days.
have such a good team at Entertainment One because Bill's really good at following up with stuff, but he's such a passionate guy about you. Like I reached out about doing the interview because you guys were doing phoners. I think probably right when you came to LA initially. You guys
Yeah.
did that horrendous decathlon of phoners where it's just like one after another after another after another.
Yeah,
And I was like, I'll talk to them in person in like a month if that's cool.
That's sick.
And he followed up and he was like, that's fine. And then yesterday he sent me this like long promotional email and I was already on board, but he was still selling me. It was like, well, you should give a damn. And I was like, we're talking tomorrow. Like, I think I'm already interested.
You're like, I do give a damn. I'm going.
It's like someone on a date texting you in advance, like, just so you know, I am pretty. Like, it's,
you won't be disappointed.
yeah, you won't be disappointed. Thank you for considering this. It was so random.
And Bill is also, he's hilarious.
He is. He's really good. I've worked with him for a long time, but he's real passionate about you guys. So
Oh, he's a great dude.
Yeah, and you know that's the thing. I think eOne's crazy because they signed us with seeing us live.
Yeah.
And then we went to New York and we were scared as shit. Like we better put on the show of a lifetime.
Yeah.
And based on their like probably $12, $13, $14, $1,500 bar tab, I think they were happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be a little crazy to work in this industry.
There was a guy.
They're cool. They're the coolest dudes.
Yeah,
Love
we're really fortunate to have a fucking dynamite team, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna say, without seeing us before too, how about that dude in Cincinnati showed up to our show and he had a Royal Tusk tattoo, and I was like, man, like you've never even seen us live. Like, what if we suck shit?
Oh God.
You got the tattoo before you
Makes
knew.
me nervous. Like,
Oh, I was like,
yeah, just residual. Like,
yeah, just like, oh.
like in my head, I was like so baffled. I'm like, dude, you have fucking big brass balls to do that.
Yeah.
Man.
But some people have more confidence in you than you have in yourself. You're like, what is this?
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, we kick ass, but like, it's like, dude, you gotta wait to see us.
Totally.
Yeah. Please don't put this on me right now. I still have to perform now.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm guilty of band tattoos, so I get that. But yeah, that is.
No. I mean, yeah, and that's cool. I
Do
mean,
you have a tattoo?
I'm trying to think if I actually do. I don't think I do. I have a bunch of.
Oh yeah, you do. Your first band.
Oh yeah, nah,
I have that.
Yeah,
too.
but that's a different. Yeah, that's definitely just like remember where you came from. Kind of.
I have a dinosaur that's wearing a Scotty and had like anthrax.
Yeah, it's kind of anthrax.
But it's also more of a Mad Magazine.
And that
tattoo.
one's kind of a Ramones.
Yeah, I got the
Oh yeah.
Ramon there.
I could see. Yeah, I kept seeing the wire. I was like, what's going on over here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess to some degree, but
You also have a Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
Or Po Buddy's Nerfect.
yeah, with
Hippo.
I got it on my tummy.
Oh wow.
Sandy kind of looks like a GIF message board with his shirt on.
Yeah, they're all like patchy, so it looks like I went to
They're all
prison.
cartoony.
Like a customize your player screen.
Kinda, yeah.
Like Grand Theft Auto, someone just dragging
Totally.
tattoos on.
You know, if someone's like, "Oh, what's the meaning behind this?" I'm like, "I don't know."
I had a fun day.
I had a great day, and I was trying to remember it. And then I got it done, and I thought the joke wasn't funny, like this
this
stupid
one
one.
pie.
Yeah, there you go.
I know, and then I was like, "That's cool." I'm like, "Is it? I don't think it is.
Is it? Yeah.
I'm kind of sick of it already."
I love that one. If you don't mind me asking, what band tattoo do you have?
I actually I have one for this band called the Wonder Years on one foot.
Oh, sick.
Oh yeah.
That's just a lyric, and then I actually have a Simpsons tattoo, so
Oh,
I can take
nice.
my fandom to that level. So when everyone was like cancel out poo, I was like, I'll just keep wearing shoes for a while until like this Simpsons thing blows over. But I have a
Which Simpson?
it's not it's actually the Stonecutter symbol, the secret cult that Homer joined.
Oh, which is
in
kind
that
of like
season.
the joke on the
Yeah,
fingers.
it's
Yeah.
like the hammer, and it's
Yeah.
done as a superhero grail.
Oh,
on my
cool.
other foot, that's super
Sick,
cool.
man.
It's kind of like the Captain America shield with that. So at least it's a rare reference. So like if you get it,
You get
shows
it.
why you're looking at my feet. But secondly,
I also,
you're a hardcore fan. No, I'm like, oh, okay, you're legit. You remember this random episode from season 6.
also, these are some pretty banging Nikes.
Thank you. That's my new obsession. I moved on. Like someone got me into shoes. Now I just wear.
Yeah, I'm super jelly. Those are nice.
Oh, I appreciate this. This is fun.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you. I did a thing with the Dropkicks yesterday, and they were fun to talk to. I used to live in Boston, so we would do I get into the accents. You guys don't have accents, which I appreciate, because if I talk to someone with one, by the end of 20 minutes, I realize I think I'm parodying them in some small way. I'm starting to be like, fucking this and fucking.
You're afraid they're gonna get pissed at you.
Yeah, I'm like, do they think I'm making fun of them? I didn't have this when I walked into the room. Now all of a sudden I'm dropping all my A's.
Yeah. Shit. I can't stop.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you guys don't say boots or anything. You guys don't
No
have the stereotypes.
Yeah, we get made fun of it for saying it, but this is a boot.
Yeah, yeah. You guys don't say hosiers or anything like that. So
Well,
far,
I'll call someone a hoser, but
Okay.
it's in a direct reference to being a Canadian kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll use it, but only in the right context.
Yeah.
He's a hoser.
Yeah.
I love that insult. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
It is a good one.
Have you ever seen Fubar?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was filmed like 3 hours from where we live.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like it actually influenced us growing up. We were like, this is cool.
But it's like we all grew up and like, you know, whether or not we were like that, we all knew someone like that.
Yeah.
Like
Someone has an uncle.
Yeah.
Or someone's dad's friend.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
See, that was Detroit Rock City around here.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
And I love Kiss.
Yeah, but everyone is one of those characters. You just don't remember.
Yeah.